you meet each day.
Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Turn the Page Tuesdays. So now that it's almost time for bed, make sure that you take care of all of those bedtime routines. Parents, now's the time to pause your device for the children to be able to go ahead and do that.
I wanted to introduce you to my family. So first up is my husband, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hello. I install internet TV service and fix internet and TV service at people's houses and people's businesses.
Do you like to read?
Yes, I like to read.
What do you like to read?
Well, I like to read a lot of technical stuff, but I also like reading about sports and news. You have to read to do my job because you get on your computer or your iPads like you get a job and it tells you where to go, what type of problem the people are having, and if you couldn't read, you wouldn't even know where to go.
I want to introduce you to my son, Matthew.
Hello.
I just have a few questions for Matthew. Matthew, did you graduate from Oxford Area School District?
Yes, in 2010.
And do you like to read?
Yeah, I read all the time.
And what do you like to read?
I like to read about sports. I like to read about fitness, staying healthy. I like funny stuff. There's a bunch of different things I like to read.
And my last question is, what advice would you give to kindergarten students right now?
I would say read the things that you like reading, whatever it is. If it's like animals or different things, if you read things that you'll enjoy, you'll get better at reading even faster.
So here I am with Andrew, my second son. Do you want to say hello?
How's it going, guys?
Andrew, did you graduate from Oxford Area School District?
Yep, I did in 2013, which was 7 years ago.
And do you like to read?
Yeah, I do. I love reading. I do it every day. I like to read a little bit of everything, and I work for State Farm, which is an insurance company, so I have to learn about new things every day, so it always helps me out.
And what advice would you give to our kindergarten students now?
Just find, in regards to reading, just find something that you guys really enjoy, and I'm sure you can find that really easily, and try to be consistent with it and do it at least once every day.
Okay, so I am here with my last two kids. This is Luke, and he is a United States Marine. He is deployed right now. Introduce you to Mary Kate.
Hi everyone.
Did you graduate from Oxford Area School District?
Yeah, I did in 2018.
And do you like to read?
Yes.
And what do you like to read?
I like to read a bunch of different books. I like to read my textbooks at college.
Mary Kate had to do online school just like you guys are doing. But she had to do it with college. What advice would you give to our kindergarten students?
I think it's most important to have fun and be nice.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. McGinley, and boy, do I miss you. So I hope you got to meet my family and watched and saw who I'm with. And I am going to read a book for Turn the Page Tuesday tonight. And then I'm hoping you'll watch till the very end because I'm going to show you some of our pets. And I know one of them you should at least recognize. So let's get started. This is called Owen and Mizzy, the true story of a remarkable friendship. And just so you can see up close, see the picture. This is the true story of two great friends, a baby hippopotamus named Owen and a 130-year-old giant tortoise named Mizzy. The hippo was not always friends with the tortoise. He wasn't always known as Owen, and Owen was not always famous the world over. And here is how it had all happened. Before the baby hippopotamus became known as Owen, he lived with his mother in a group or pod with about 20 other hippos. They fed and wallowed in and around the Sabaki River in Kenya, a nation on the east coast of Africa. When he was about 1 year old, heavy December rains flooded the river. The racing water washed Owen and his family down the river until the fresh water became salty and the river flowed into the Indian Ocean near the small coastal town of Malindi. For days, the people of Malindi tried to chase the hippos back up the river, but the hippos enjoyed grazing the grasses along the shore and in the villages' yards. Since hippos are the most dangerous animals in Africa, and a full-grown adult can weigh as much as 8,000 pounds, there was little the people could do. You can see all the hippos. On the morning of December 26, 2004, the sea suddenly rushed high onto the beaches and surging waves pound the shore. Many of the villagers' boats were damaged and many fishermen had to be rescued. Before long, the sea was calm again, but it was a frightening time for everybody. A day passed before anyone thought to check on the hippos. The villagers now saw only a hippopotamus in the sea, a baby without his mother, stranded on a sandy coral reef among the seagrass. Tired and frightened, he was unable to reach the shore on his own. Soon hundreds of villagers and visitors were working together to help the young hippo. They knew that would he become sick if he stayed in the salty seawater for long. They used ropes, boats, fishing nets, and even cars to try to rescue him and bring him ashore to safety. Here's their boats that they were using. And here's the poor baby hippo just by himself. It was soon clear that a rescue wouldn't be easy. Though the baby hippo was only about 2 feet tall, he weighed a hefty 600 pounds and was slippery and strong. And the hippo was alarmed by all the human commotion. Angrily, he broke through their nets and escaped from their ropes. Hours went by, and the anxious crowds of people who gathered to watch feared that the hippo could not be saved. Finally, with a strong shark net, the rescuers were able to catch the hippo. A brave visitor named Owen Sabine tackled him, stopping him long enough to let others secure the net. That is why, when it came time to choose a name for the hippo, it seemed only right that they should be called Owen. At least the rescuers towed the baby hippo toward land. When they reached the shore, a loud, joyous cheer went up from the 1,000 men, women, boys, and girls who now crowded the beach. Their happy cries could be heard among a mile away. Wrapped in the net, Owen was hoisted into the back of a pickup truck and brought to a shady spot. It's all the rescuers, and he's in the truck. People weren't sure where Owen should be taken next. They called Haller Park, an animal sanctuary about 50 miles away near the city of Mombasa. Dr. Paula, the manager, immediately offered Owen a place to live there. She explained that he could never be returned to the wild. Since he was still a baby, he wouldn't have learned yet how to fend for himself, and he would never be welcomed into another hippopod. He would be seen as an intruder and attacked. But they would take good care of him in Haller Park. Dr. Paula offered to drive to Malindi herself to bring Owen to his new home. Dr. Paula knew that she would need help. She asked the chief animal caretaker, Stephen, to come along with her. She knew that Stephen had a special way with animals. Some people said he could even talk to them. Dr. Paula and Stephen quickly set off in her small truck to Malindi. Meanwhile, ecologist Sabine Bear got to work with others at Haller Park to prepare for Owen's arrival. And they're getting ready for Owen, the hippo, to come to them, to their park. When Dr. Paula and Stephen arrived in Malindi, they helped to remove the nets and lead Owen out to the pickup. But Owen became angrier than ever and charged at the people gathered around. They tried to help him calm down by wrapping a blanket around his head. That way he wouldn't see the things that were upsetting him. But Owen was angry about that too. After many hours, about a dozen rescuers managed to move Owen from the pickup into Dr. Paula's truck, tying him so that he would be safe during the long drive to Holler Park. You can see him, he's in the truck tied down. Meanwhile, Sabine and other workers prepared a large enclosure for Owen. They chose a part of the park that had a pond and a mud wallow, as well as tall trees and brush. Everything a hippo could want. The area was already home to a number of bush bucks, vervet monkeys, and a giant Aldabra tortoise named Mz. Mz, whose name means wise old man in Swahili language, was the oldest creature in the park. At about 130 years of age, he had been alive since before Stephen's great-grandmother was born. He wasn't very friendly, except to Stephen, who seemed to know just what he liked, such as getting tickled under the chin. Otherwise, MZ kept to himself. No one could have guessed how MZ's life was about to change. He likes getting tickled under his chin. And here he is, a big picture of him here. Finally, Dr. Paula and Stephen arrived with Owen, who was now weak and exhausted. As soon as the ropes that held him were untied, Owen scrambled from the truck through to MZ, resting in a corner of the enclosure. Owen crouched behind MZ, the way baby hippos often hide behind their mothers for protection. At first, MZ wasn't happy about this attention. He hissed at Owen and crawled away. But Owen, who could easily keep up with the old tortoise, did not give up. Slowly, as the night went on, MZ began to accept his new companion. When the park workers checked on them in the morning, Owen was snuggled up against MZ, and MZ didn't seem to mind at all. Here they are, if you can see them together. Over the next few days, MZ continued to crawl away, and Owen continued to follow him. But sometimes it was Owen who would walk away from MZ, and MZ would follow. Bit by bit, MZ grew friendlier. At first, Owen wouldn't eat any of the leaves left out for him. Stephen and the other caretakers were worried that he would weaken even more. Then they noticed Owen feeding right beside MZ, as if MZ were showing him how to eat. Or perhaps it was MZ's protective presence that helped Owen feel calm enough to eat. No one will ever know, but it was clear that the bond between Owen and MZ was helping the baby hippo to recover from being separated from his mother and stranded in the sea. As the weeks went on, Owen and MZ spent more and more time together. Soon, they were inseparable. Their bond remains very strong to this day. They swim together, eat together, drink together, and sleep next to each other. They rub noses. Owen leads the way to different parts of the enclosure, then MZ leads the way. Owen playfully nuzzes MZ's neck, and MZ stretches his neck forward, asking for more, just as he does when Stephen tickles him under the chin. Though both animals could easily injure each other, they are gentle with one another. A sense of trust has grown between them. I think they're really cute together. Wildlife experts are still puzzled about how this unlikely friendship came to be. Most have never heard of a mammal such as Owen and a reptile such as Emzy forming such a strong bond. Perhaps for Owen, it happened this way. Young hippos like Owen need their mothers in order to survive. An old, slow tortoise like Emzy can never protect Owen the way a fierce mother hippo could. But since Emzy's coloring and rounded shape are similar to a hippo's, is it possible that to Owen, Emzy looks like the hippo mother he needs? Harder to explain is the affection that Emzy shows to Owen. Like most outbred tortoises, Emzy has always preferred to be alone. But sometimes these tortoises live in groups, and perhaps Emzy, like Owen, sees Owen as a fellow tortoise, the first tortoise he is willing to spend time with. Or perhaps Emzy knows that Owen isn't a tortoise, but likes him anyway. The reasons are unclear, but science can't always explain what the heart already knows. Our most important friends are sometimes those we least expect it. News of Owen and Emzy's friendship quickly spread around the world. People all over have come to love Owen, who endured so much, yet never gave up, and Emzy, who became Owen's friend when he needed one most. Their photographs have appeared in countless newspaper and magazine articles. Television programs and even a film documentary have been made about them. Visitors come to Holler Park every day to meet the famous friends. Owen suffered a great loss, but with the help of many caring people and through his own extraordinary resilience, Owen has begun a new happy life. Most remarkable is the role that Emzy has played. We'll never know for sure whether Owen sees Emzy as a mother, a father, or a very good friend, but it really doesn't matter. What matters is that Owen isn't alone, and neither is Emzy. And that is the true story of Owen and Emzy, two great friends. Okay, boys and girls, stay tuned. I am going to show you some of our pets. All right.
Hi, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that book from our special guest reader. Tune in next week when you can hear another Jordan Banks School staff member read a book. Have a great night.
Okay, so here's Maggie, and Maggie's coming over to check out our book that we read tonight for Turn the Page Tuesday. Maggie, can you say hello? Maggie, what's a doggy do? Good girl. Maggie, can you dance? You want to still bark like a dog? Can you call Tucker? Say, come on, Tucker. Come on. Oh, good girl. Can you dance? Oh, good girl. But I don't think anybody can see you because you're moving over further. Maggie, can you dance? Oh, say hi. Say hi, Wentz. Wentz come to check out everything too. Come on, Maggie. Come on. Can you dance? You got a first dance for everybody. Can you dance? Good girl. What's a doggy do? What's a doggy do? Good girl. There you go. Okay, so that's Maggie. Say bye, Maggie. Sorry, she's eating her peanuts. She's not going to say goodbye. Okay, boys and girls, does everybody remember who this is? This is our Jordan Banks School pet who has been checking out our book that we read tonight. And I am wondering if anybody remembers her name. Maybe the first person to comment and guess her name correctly, maybe we'll get a special gift or treat. Good luck.